Welcome back to Farming Simulator 25 with the Rude Man, and we're on good old Don Diego, which was one of my favorite maps back in the day. I played it quite a bit. Matter of fact, the thing I remember most about Don Diego was that was when the DLC came out for the big buds, and I remember this is a pretty good sized map. It's not a huge map, but it's pretty good size, and I remember doing like a 45-minute video on Farm Sim, getting a big bud and driving it to one of my further out fields, and it took up almost the whole episode just to get there. That's how slow the big buds were when they first came out, and they were, an in-game piece of equipment. Hey, Nate. Nate's here. Scorpion says everything's good. I apologize for being late. I'm about 8 minutes late. I got carried away. I had my lunch. It was a quarter after noon, and I got to watching a YouTube video. Just completely got away from me. I looked up, and it was 1:03, and I thought, oh, my God. And it took me a few minutes to get on the stream, so I apologize. I'm late. And here I was already. I set this up last night. So what we're going to do is we're going to take a look at this map. Those of you that can't remember it, go back and watch one of my old videos back in, what was this, Scorp 2017 that we played this? I can't remember. I'd have to go look. But let's get, we'll take a quick look. I'm not going to take an in-depth look in it, because if I do, I won't be able to play it. This map's got so much stuff on it. It would take the whole live stream just to show it to you, much less do any actual farming. So I'm just going to do a cursory flyover. If you remember me playing this back in the past.
Oh, yeah.
It isn't that much different. Cheers, Scorp. It isn't that much different than what we used to play, although it's been ported over half a dozen times. Hey, Frank, how you doing? All right, we're going to do a little flying here and just take a look.
All right.
Because it hasn't really changed from back then, there's quite a bit of new stuff in it, new mods and stuff like that. Other than that, it was pretty much the same setup. This here's your farm, pretty good size. It's all set up with tiled cement bricks and a hacienda. You get a very nice house to live in. An electric car, which I don't know why in the hell I have that, but there you go. Anyway, you can go completely through the house. It's completely open. Your sleeping room, you can sleep in. You can also do a wardrobe change, that kind of stuff. I put all my own equipment in that I want to use. It's all set up. It's all clean. It's all washed and ready to go and undercover. And you got an area over here where you can wash your vehicle, and you can also customize it right there. And then I have my normal mod out here where if I buy something, it pops in this area right here. The sheds are pretty good size. I got that whole piece of equipment. That's a big piece of equipment that you can't just drive down the road and take up one lane. And it'll fit here as well as that one. And then you've got your animals, which I didn't buy yet. I haven't bought any animals yet. Well, I haven't played this. This one is chickens, I believe. This one is goats? Sheep. This one's sheep. Oh, I think you can buy goats when you buy the sheep. And then I put in some mods. I put in this mod for pig food. I put in this one for dried corn. I put in this one for TMR. And then this one is on the map already. It's a Don Diego, what's it called? Big biofactory. It's a biofactory. So you can do a bunch of junk with this. You just start putting crap in there, and then crap comes out. Does that make any sense? What do the computer guys say? Garbage in, garbage out. Anyway, if we take a look, you can see that it does a lot of stuff. You can do forage, liquid fertilizer, mineral feed, seeds, solid fertilizer, and solid fertilizer. So the reason why there's different kinds is it depends on what you're using for the initial baseline ingredient for seeds. So this one here, for example, would be wheat. This one is oats and barley. These are the things you can make seeds out of. And you just, like I said, you put your stuff in, stuff comes out, boom, Bob's your uncle. Now, a lot of the in-game factories take electricity. So you have something new down here that it's an electric charge. And it does take electricity to run this thing. So we'll go over how to do that later when we're actually playing the map. And then, so that's a huge deal right there. Here we've got your robot cow barn. And so a robot feeds your cattle for you. Over here we have horses. And then here is a dryer fermenter, and it does a lot of stuff. So let's take a look at it. Okay, so we can use chaff, we can use grass, and we can use hay. And with that, you can do some fermenting to make what do they call it, silage. So that's what this is. So if you have grass, for example, you can turn it into hay. Chaff, same thing. Outgoing products, hay, and silage. So it depends on what you want to do. If you want to make silage, you've got grass, you've got chaff. If you want to make hay, of course, then you have grass and straw. So it not only dries the grass into hay, it also makes silage. So that's kind of handy. Now, that's part of the map. Let's see what else we got. More space over here for equipment. You notice, unusually, I have everything under cover, and it's all clean and ready to go. This is your main silo for your crops, right? But it's not just that. You put your crops in here and you get them out there. There's a water supply right here if you need water. And then there's this building back here that stores things. Now, this will store your bales of hay if you do baling. But that's not all. If you look at this, down below me, it tells you what's going on in this building. This building is not just a building. It's the whole thing's considered a complex. So your silo is part of the complex. Your hay storage is part of it too. So you notice there's two things down there. One of them is your silo, what's in your silo. The other one is what's being stored in the hay barn. What else? What else? I'm stuck inside the building. How'd that happen? Holy smokes, I can't get out. All right. Here's all my other stuff, my combines and such. Then you have diesel. And the diesel, this is regular diesel. This is DEF, diesel exhaust fluid. So it's DEF and AdBlue filling station. So you got two of these. Now, as soon as I get in a piece of equipment, so let's do that, you'll notice down below that there is a gauge for the DEF fuel. Okay, so you have the regular fuel to the right over in that corner, and then I can never do this right. I'm going the wrong way. Anyway, on the other corner down there, there, you'll see the other gauge. This camera's backwards. If I pick my right nose, it's going to pick my left nose. So there you go. Anyway, so there's the def, and it's part of the map, so you can't take it out. If you take it out, it's going to say, look, you need this. It's part of the map, so you have to put it back in. So just disregard it. I've been playing this map for about 3-4 days. I've got several hours in it, and I still have yet to see that the def is even being used. There's just a little bit, a little bit there. Electric transportation is funniest to me. Yeah, it is really. Like and subscribe. Okay. Does it go on pallets? No, it doesn't. That I know of. Barrel tankers is what it goes in. So I have to get, if I'm going to do electricity, I've got to use my my tanker. But we'll get there. We'll get there. Oh, shoot. I didn't put my storage in. Okay. Hang on. Let me do that before I forget. There is an electrical storage system. Oh, boy. Where was it? Was it a factory? I can't remember. Container? No, we thought it was in container, but it isn't. Farmhouse. Constructibles, silo, extensions. Scorpion's probably yelling at me. What's that? That's a hayloft. Okay, it's probably considered a factory then, so let's go in there. Factory, selling point, greenhouse, cultivation, generator. There it is. Is that it? No, that's just a generator. I don't want a generator. I want a storage system. It looks like it's just a little shed. Let's find it real quick here. That's it? Is that it? No, that's a tailor shop. Tailor shop? Oh, there it is. Energy storage. Okay, so let's drop that in. And I'm just putting it with this fuel stuff, so it's because it's actually fuel. Electricity's actually fuel, right? Oh, let's flip it around. It's always backwards. Okay. All right, put it right there, and then while we're in here, let's go. Generators. Large solar collector. Okay, there's two solar collectors, two categories. One of them, you collect sunlight and you automatically sell it. So you'll notice your money go up by itself if you buy this one. I'm buying the one that stores it into the little battery. So it takes sunshine and turns it into electricity. Now it doesn't put it automatically into the storage, but that's okay. We don't need it to. I put this in crooked last time, so let me. All right, I'm gonna put a couple of them here. All right, now these. Watch these. I'll show you. These are solar panels, right? Now watch them. Do I have to turn them on? I bet I do. I think I do have to turn them on. Maybe. There they are. Okay, so I probably have to let's do it at 300%. And then I have to activate them. Okay. 300%. You guys need to yell at me because I'm not paying too much attention to the chat because I've got a lot to go over. So, all right, now look at it's rotating. It's moving, which is kind of silly because if it was moving, you'd think it would be tracking the sun, but it's not. It's just moving. It just spins around. So it's just an animation, but it's better than no animation. So they're both spinning. And so there's that. Now, where do you get electricity? Well, you have to make it. So if you go to the bio plant over here and jump up right here, you put product in here. Okay, so you can put manure, you can put silage, you can put slurry, or you could do cut sugar sugar beets cut in there. Any of these things will produce electricity, and then to get it out, you have to bring a tanker in and put it in a liquid tanker. I don't know how that works. I guess what they've done is the tank itself is a big battery. Let's consider it that way, and it just sucks the charge in. So there you go. All right, so that's the main farm, and it isn't much different than it used to be back in the day. So I do want to put one more thing in. Oh, there's a composter. I didn't show you that. Do you remember these from the old games that we used to have composters? And this one is no different. You put stuff in it, and it makes, stuff, makes compost, and you sell it or whatever you're going to do with it. So you put your crap-a-doodle-doo in here somehow and make compost out of it. So there's that, right? Okay. Now let's do a quick fire before I start any kind of farming, because I wanted to do some farming. I don't want to just fly around. You guys can get the map and look at it yourself if you want to. Or go back and watch my old videos of Don Diego, because it isn't much different. There's new production than there used to be, but other than that... Oh, see the train? They're working trains. You can use the trains. There's two of them. There's one that goes on this side of the map and one that goes on the other side of the map. And what you do is you go to the train stations... Not this one. Let's see. I'll go to this one over here by the farm. So if you got stuff you want to keep, because it's a pretty good size map. It's not huge, but it is pretty good size. Okay, and see all the waterways? You need to get product across those things. Like, let's say this is a sugar beet place way down in the corner, down the other way. I'm like, God dang it, that way. Down in the bottom corner. That's the sugar plant. And your train can bring stuff to that area. See, there's a train right here by the sugar plant. And it's the one on the left side. I think the one on the right is different. But anyway, they're usable. What you do is you go to the train station, which is right here. There's a train station. And if you want to use the train, you go to the console over here. Right, here's the train console. There's only one here because there's only one track, right? So you just go here, turn your thing on over there, and you'll see at the top it says the R key for rent a train for money per hour. So if I want to rent that train, I just hit the R. Now it's telling me that it's moving away from me. The train is going to arrive. You look at the bottom of that over there, and it tells me where it's at. When it gets back, it'll stop here. It'll stop right here. And then you can jump on it and drive it like any other vehicle. So that's how you use the trains. All right. I've got the mail system in here, so I'm using a cow mailbox so I can deliver mail. Oh, there it is. Where are you going? It came back. It reversed and came all the way back. Well, isn't that sweet? That's nice that it did that for me. Okay. But there you go. Now we can get in that and drive it around. Biogas plant. There's, unfortunately, if there's production on the map, it's kind of hard. You can't, you don't have full control over where stuff is put on this map. So if I wanted to put, some production in a spot where there's room, let's see, right here. Okay, this is a production site. Now, let's say there's a big empty spot here, and you want to say, okay, I'm going to put something right here because there's a building, but wouldn't it be nice if I had this production right here? Yeah, in many ways, you can't do a lot of stuff with it. So what I had to do stuff that I wanted to put in myself was to buy a piece of property that has a field attached to it. So you buy the field and the property, and now you can take trees off and place something down. And some of the stuff doesn't work. We tried, when was that? Was that yesterday, Scorp, last night, that we tried for hours to get the sugar plant to work? I don't think we ever did. No, it wasn't. It was this plant right here. It's this plant. This is your flour, kind of a flour mill. We never could get this to work. I bought this. I did everything I could try, and it would never let me dump any grain in it. So I don't know how to fix it. And the sugar plant, I tried this morning, and I thought we'd got it fixed because we got sugar beets in here. I put pallets in there. We found a way to put pallets in. I put a ton of pallets in. I put water down, and I did everything you're supposed to get sugar, and it never did work. There's yeast because you can do more than just sugar. You can do syrup and a couple other things, and some of the things need yeast. All you need for sugar beets is water, pallets, and sugar beets. And I never could get it to give me any. It wouldn't give me any. It wouldn't distribute it. It said that I had made 10,000 pounds of sugar, but it wouldn't let me get it. I couldn't get it. It never shows up down here, and I don't. And we had to cheat the pallets in. And I couldn't get it. I couldn't get it to work. So I put my own in. Let me show you that real quick, because it goes hand in hand with the fact that you can't just place anything where you want it, or where you think you should be able to. This is the. Is this the cattle? Yeah, this is a cattle thing, in case you want to buy or sell stuff. And then this is a sawmill over here. This is, I don't know what kind of mill this is. I can't remember. I don't remember what this is. Or that. But I bought a field. Where did I buy the field? There it is. Okay, I bought this field here, which came with this forested area right here. And I started plopping my own stuff in here. So there, right there is a sugar mill that I had before, a mod I had, so I can make sugar with that. This is a pallet factory, and this is a lumber factory. So you can actually buy planks and wood and then take them over here and throw them in here, and it'll make pallets, but they don't seem to work. I've done that. So another project I'm going to do, since I have this property right here, is if you look at it, it's actually pretty good size, but it's kind of shaped triangular, if you will. I'm going to take some more of these trees out And I'm going to put my greenhouses all in a row right here so that I've got my greenhouses. And I can make sugar and stuff a doodle do. Over here, we have a quarry, gravel. You can make junk here. I don't know what you do with it. I'm not going to worry about it. This was empty here. This whole place right in here, this L-shaped thing, all of this was empty except for that right there. That's part of the map. But all this whole front area here was empty. So I put my vodka, my Jack Daniels here, my whiskey. Is this a bakery? No. Is this a bakery? What the hell is this? What is that over there? Okay, this is a flour mill. Okay, so I put a flour mill in and I put a bakery in, and then I dropped the post office in right here. So we've got that production. Now there is a Samuel Adams factory. This big old factory makes beer. Samuel Adams. I haven't used it. I think Scorpion said he's actually worked it and it works. I remember using this back in the day, but I haven't used it yet. But you bring all your products in here to make the beer. Now, it is different than the one we used to have in Don Diego. This one you need pallets, you need yeast, there was a water thing here, but it's gone now. So I don't know if you need water, because you used to. There used to be a trough right here, a water source, back in the old Don Diego. This one doesn't have it, but I think you'd have to have it. These are vats over here. And you can do more than just beer, though. You can do flavored stuff like some strawberry brandy type stuff, or not entirely sure. Where's the? I don't know. I don't know where it's at. Well, crap. I don't know where it's at. There it is. Never mind. Right in front of me. I didn't see it. Okay, if we look at this, you'll see. Oh, I have to buy it? Oh my God, $1.5 million? Well, but take my word for it. You can do more than just beer. We'll go over it one of these days. I do have $1 million, but I'm not spending that much right now. So, and then there's a couple others that are part of the map. This is one of them. I don't know what it is. Oh, this is a dairy. A dairy. I think I put this in. Yeah, this is one I put in. Okay, that's the only thing that was this right here. This is a paper mill. Okay, so I like what they did with the town. This is a little bit of a town area here. Look at how nice it looks, and you know, there's a gas station. There are some factories here, but not many. Gas station, and that's about it. But there's another part of town somewhere, or maybe that was it. That might have been it. I don't know. No, there it is. There's another town. Same thing. Gas station. Some junk-a-doodle-doo. And then there's another beer factory. So, and then there's depots everywhere, flour mills. I'm going to start I'm gonna start farming because, yeah, like I say, if you're interested, download it, take a look at it. Okay, and I want to try to catch up on the chat now. Patrick's in the house. I hope I don't mess my chat up doing this. Let me just back up, see what we got. Jeremy's here. All right, starting at the top. Nate's here. Hey, Nate. Scorp's here. Andy's here. Frank's here. FS15. I don't remember if I played it in FS15. I might have. I just don't recall. Jeremy. Now, Scorpion says basically electricity is liquid. It kind of runs like liquid, but I was thinking of it that they just refabbed the tanker into a huge battery, and then you flip a switch when you need water and it reverts it back. It's all magic, man. Anyway. Def. Hey, Thomas is here. Thomas, how you doing today? Hope you're well. Jeremy says hi, so we'll say hi. No output. Man. So getting back to, I'm assuming that Scorpion, when he says no output, is talking about the sugar factory. I made sugar, and I went in and looked at it, and I said I want it to be stored, and so it showed me that I had some made, and then I changed it to I want to have it distributed, which means it would put it on a pallet and drop it down so I could take it to a store and sell it. That never happened. I waited, nothing, it never made a pallet of sugar. So then I changed it to actually sell the product, but I never got any money. So I don't know what the hell to think on that. So I'm just going to use the one I put in. In-game pallet maker. Yeah, well, that's kind of what I figured, but I was frustrated by then and I didn't give a shit. So, yeah, because I can, like I said, I can always use the mod that I know works. Yeah, Andy gets to Samuel Adams. Oatmeal stout, that's what it was, and cherry wheat. Well, I don't know. I didn't show them that. Okay, I missed something, guys. The first big butts. I like big butts, and I cannot lie. Okay, now let's hope that my chat carries on. Usually if I mess with the chat like that, it stops and doesn't move. So you guys type, and I don't know you're typing anything. So we'll see. Oh, Elsa come in and type. So it's working. Morning from Australia. Hey, Elsa. Elsa, I made you one of my workers, so I'm going to put you to work one of these days. Hope you're prepared to do a good job. Work hard. Get paid lots of grain buckets. What was I going to do? I missed something right here. Right here where the train station is. This is hops for beer. So you've got two hop fields, and you have 2 cranberry fields. This I haven't used yet, and I'm curious how do you harvest the crop? Can you take the water out? Because in a previous game that we played, they had rice, and you could flood the field with the rice, and there was a great big glass tank full of water. And when the field was empty, you would turn a pump on. That water would pump into the field and fill it up, and you'd plant your rice, and Bob's your uncle. Then when you needed to harvest, you would go to that pump, turn it on, reverse it, and it would suck the water back into the tank. I don't know how this one works. I haven't tried it yet. But there's 2 fields of cranberries. Then over here, you have an orchard that has multiple fruits on it. What the heck is this? I thought there were trees on here. Anyway, yeah, so there's 2 orchards here, I think. But you can do apples, apricots, bananas, cherries, coconuts, and you can. Can you do lime? I don't think you can put lime in the coconut here. You'd have to do lemons, maybe oranges, maybe. But you can do fertilizer products: orange, peach, pears, pecans, plums, and sap. Now wait a minute. I have to do that again because I like going in the microphone. Peaches, pears, pecans, plums. That's fun. I like it. All right, there you go. So I forgot to show you the orchard. Let's go to work. All right, here we have this field. You don't get any fields. I bought them all. I cheated money in and bought them all. So there you go. Sue me. This one is oats because Scorpion tells me oats is the fastest growing grain. We've got soya beans. We've got sorghum. And the fields are pretty good size. We have corn. We have barley. Over here is another field that has corn on it. Did I miss the field on this end? Or did I go to that one? Can't remember. What's on it? Anybody remember? Oats. So more oats. Okay. I did look at that. Saw this one, corn. Saw this one, soya beans, I think. Barley. It's barley. That's soybeans over there. This one is sunflowers. Now, on the end here, if we look at the map, you got these little fields at the end. And sometimes little fields are handy if you just want to grow a crop that you just need a little bit for a factory. You don't need thousands of liters. They're good for that, but they're also good for, because we got animals down here, grass, and grassy ass. So 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7 is all grass. I decided to leave them as separate fields because eventually, I'll fill up on grass, hopefully, and I might want to do some other crop like peas and carrots and stuff like that. So right now they're all grass because I don't have any grass and I need lots of grass. Although, while I'm thinking about it, okay, those are all fully fertilized and ready to go. I just need to increase time here. But while I'm thinking of this, I put in another fermenter. I didn't put it in. I have it. And I was going to put it in because the fermenter that we're using here for making hay and stuff like that and silage takes grass. I made one that I modded of Stevie's. It's a Stevie mod, but I remodded it so that instead of chaff, it uses straw. So that means that I can make silage out of straw because we're going to have tons and tons of straw. Okay, so let's see. We got lots of silos. Silo. Is that not it? That's not it. It's this whole. Here we go. Okay, I got to figure out which one I did here. That one's not that one. That one is wood chipper, How much wood can a wood chipper chip if a wood chipper could chip wood? That's a lime. That's a mineral feed. That one is a seed. That one is a fertilizer. This one is manure. That one is TMR. This one is pig foods. That one's a grass dryer. Okay. That's for making hay. There's the silage one, and I changed it to do straw and or grass. So that's the one that I want to put. And I forgot. Dang it. Okay, I had it here and I took it out. So now I have to take that tree out. Pardon me while I click on where is it? Hit the right cue. There we go, right there. Let's turn that on. And take the tree out. All right, try this again. Construction. Oh, I'm in the way. Move me. I'm having a movement. Is that it? That's it. Okay, we'll just put it right back. Here's the funny thing. The tree was there. I placed this thing right there because you can see where it fit before. And when I took it out, for some reason, when I went to put it back in, now the tree said I couldn't do it. So I have to take the tree out to put it back in. But that gives me an option. If I don't have any grass and I need silage, I can make it out of straw. Let's say I have 4 million liters of straw and only 1 million of grass, but I need the grass for other things, then I can say, okay, I'm going to use some straw and make some silage. Right, let's go to work. First of all, we got to speed time up because I don't have anything to harvest. So it's all planted, ready to go, but you like mango ginger beer? Really? I tried ginger beer once. It was, I didn't like it. Mango ginger. Yeah, it's pretty fun, Elsa. You made mangoes? How do you make mango? Isn't that a fruit tree? Man, we're going to sleep it off. My head's spinning. All right. Sit back and relax. Oh, I thought you guys were talking about constipation because Scorpion said, how did it come out? Well, you needed a spoon. I told you. Constipated. Okay, that's gross. All right, so that's how you would sleep if you're playing it, realistically. But I'm flying around. Actually, I'm not. This is my drone. So I'm just taking a drone out to look at the fields. But I've got a mod in that lets me sleep anywhere on the map. So just Control Alt Z, and that's what happens. So I'm sleeping in the air in my drone. I can sleep here. I can sleep there. I can sleep anywhere. All right. And it's still, look at that glitchy thing. Now that goes away. Look, it stopped. I don't know what that is when it does that. Anyway, there's nothing ready to go yet. Doesn't look. Well, except for maybe the grass. Let's go look at the grass. Okay, grass is ready to go, so we can do that anytime. Let's Control Alt Z again. Oh, is it that time already, Scorp? My goodness. All right, it's raining. It does rain quite often on this map. I don't know why. All right, what do you got here? We got sorghum's ready to harvest, but it's raining, so we can't. It looks like whatever was there, which I don't remember, was it oats? Oats are ready, and Scorp told me that he thought that oats was the quickest growing grain. So I guess he proved himself correct. All right, so I can't harvest when it's raining. Now, back in the old games, when it started raining, your combines would completely stop. You couldn't run them at all. And now I got sidetracked. In the newer versions of the game, I think starting in 22, maybe, you can harvest in the rain, but you only get like half the yield because it's wet. So if you want your whole yield, who wants to spend 2 or 3 days or weeks getting a harvest ready and only get half the yield because you're too lazy to wait for it to stop raining? So I always wait. So I'm going to speed time up and see if we can get around this. Yeah, see that glitchy thing? And then it stops. I don't know what the heck that's about. Okay. Barley's still growing. Sunflowers are growing. All right, so it looks like just the oats and the sorghum are the only thing ready to go. So let's do it again. Mr. Scorpion. All the way from the UK. Welsh Gamer. I have a friend from Wales. Actually, he lives in England, but he was a Welshman. I haven't talked to him for a while. I think we chatted maybe a month ago. All right, soybeans are ready, but is it still raining? Like I said, for some reason this map seems to rain a lot, and it lasts a long time. All right, we got several things ready to go, so we can start doing this while we're waiting for other things to get going. So let me get down on the ground. Oh, the corn's ready. Now I'm lost. Build it, they will come. You know what they're talking about when they say that? An outhouse. Build it, they will come. All right, so let's I'm just going to speed time up and see if we can get out of this rain. Okay. All right, time to work. Who's ready to work? Let's do the corn. I've only got one corn header, and it's right there. So let's use this combine. I love this trailer I bought for this header. I'll show you when we put it away. If you remember on the other map I was playing, when I was hauling a header, it was flying all over the place. Remember that? Look at how nice this one tows. Because the corn header doesn't have its own wheels, so you need a trailer for it. But look how nice it trails. but that ain't the half of it. We have 3 things for this. We have 2 fields of corn. Was it 2 fields of corn? Maybe 1. No, 2 fields of corn. Okay, we got 2 fields of corn and 1 of sunflower seeds. So I'm going to go to the end and start with the sunflower seeds, and we'll work our way back to the farm. Maybe. So, Welsh, how you doing today? I have quite a few people from the UK that watch my streams and stuff, so that's why I stream at the time I do, because here in America, it's only 1 o'clock. Well, it was when I started. And that's pretty early to be live streaming. A lot of people have to wait till they get off work to live stream, or they live stream on weekends, or they don't work, they just live stream. But I chose to do 1 to 3 o'clock on mine. That way, most people in Europe can at least watch the live stream without having to go into 2, 3 o'clock in the morning. Like Andy's from Devon, but he's Scottish. There's several people. Craig, when he comes in, he's from the north. Let's see. We had an Irishman come in. I don't remember. It's been a while. Anyway, I got quite a few people from Europe that come in and watch. Okay. Oh, I was going to tell you that trailer. So now I've got the header on here. When I go to put that header back on that trailer, all you have to do is drive up to it and drop it. And then when you're backing away, it automatically sets itself and locks itself in. So you don't even have to, go in and back to get it in the right spot. You just drop it. Glad to hear you're doing well. All right, let's go. Matthew's here. Is Matthew here? It's time for pop. Okay. Soup du jour. I do this thing about soup du jour, which is the soup of the day, but it involves soda, pop, and nobody seems to question me on that. I can't remember if I've ever been questioned about why are you calling pop? Why do you call it soup du jour when it's pop and not soup? And just for the humor, instead of saying the soda of the day, I say, it's the soup of the day, soup du jour. Because I can do, I can do I can do Dr. Pepper, I can do 7-Up. There's a number of sodas that I drink that I enjoy. Today, I think, let me check, see what my blood sugars are doing. We'll see what I can enjoy or not. They're not bad. I might be able to get away with a Code Red. What do you think, guys? Code Red? My preference on Mountain Dew is Mountain Dew, regular, or Baja Blast, or Code Red. This is the Code Red. The Code Red is cherry flavored, and cherry's my favorite flavor. And then I have this thermos that I bought. It automatically loads it. Watch. We gotta set it up right. There it goes. No, there it goes. It's gravity loaded. Pretty cool, huh? All right. And for the soda that I'm going to drink during the live stream, I move it. Most of my soda's in the door of the refrigerator I keep back here, because it's got a thing that's made up so it stacks it in. And so most of my soda's in there, but when I'm preparing for a live stream, I'll take it out and set it over by the freezer unit so it gets extra cold. Oh my God, that's cold. And so refreshing. Okay, and this is what it does for you. It gives you energy, which I'm not supposed to have. All right, there you go. Soup du jour today. I've done that so many years. It's really funny when somebody comes in. Oh, are you sponsored by Mountain Dew? I said, I'm kidding. Not sponsored by anybody. My page doesn't make any money. I'm fortunate enough to have a few people that support me that actually kind of helps me with the cost of internet and whether if I need a new microphone or new equipment. This YouTube page over the last several years has cost me probably at least $20,000 because of the computers when I first started, I bought my own computers. I built my own computers because I've always built my own computers. Back in the 70s, I was a computer programmer. That's what I went to school for. I never did it for a living, though. That's just what I got my degree in. And then I moved on to other stuff. But I've always been interested. And so I started early on building my own computers. It wasn't till the last couple of years that I started buying hand-built or other computers, not built by me. But let's see, I started off with an Alienware computer, which cost me, I don't know, $2,000-3,000 at the time. So the next computer I built cost me about $4,000. Then I built another one. The last 3 computers that I bought were about $5,000. So you add that up, and I've spent well over $20,000 in the last several years on just PCs, keeping up with the games, the graphics, and that kind of stuff. Line Guy, how are you? Hope you're well today. But that doesn't include microphones. Microphones like this one. Oh God, this was about $600. I've got headphones that I bought. I have 2 pair of Sennheisers. One of them was close to $500. I mean, all this stuff adds up. And so I am fortunate to have a few people that support me, and but I don't get anything from YouTube. I think last year I made $200 from YouTube in the whole year. Mainly because I'm shadow banned. I've been shadow banned for years. Right, let's get another combine running here instead of me shooting the breeze. Where's my tongue? That's the only thing about this particular mod that I'm using here. The tongue on the headers is so short. If you notice, I have to pretty much back right into it to get it to hitch, because the hitch is underneath the back. Now look, I'm darn near hitting that. Look, there's no room behind we're in front of the header and behind the combine. And so it makes it a little bit squirrely when you drive it. See what I mean? It is really squirrely. Oh, sweet. Lime guy, sweet. How you doing? Courtney Fortenberry. Just subscribed. Okay. Everybody that follows me on Twitter or subscribes on YouTube gets a free tractor from the channel. So hang on, we're going to get you a free tractor. It's the biggest, most expensive tractor that we can get, and it's all free for you. So hang on, Courtney. We'll get you a tractor. All right, there's your tractor. All you have to do is drive it away, and it only takes 2 fingers. Thanks for the subscription. I appreciate it. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. All right, let's get this thing lined up. Oh, this is corn. We can't do corn. Let's do the sorghum. I only have 1 header for corn that's being used, so for the sunflower seeds. Oh man, I gotta back up. Okay, so we're not real realistic on this. Obviously, this header does 50 meters. So it's not exactly realistic, but I don't try to justify it. I just try to explain that I don't do a lot of streaming, and I don't do it for very long. I only do 2 hours at a time. And if I played, more realistic, you'd watch me with 1 piece of equipment driving up and down this field for 2 hours. So with this one, I can do 50 meters at a shot, and I can let a hired worker, who's driving that one? John's working this one. Okay, so the sunflower seeds are done. I didn't put down who was driving this one. I don't know. I can't remember who it was. It's not a new map, Matthew. I used to play this in 2015, but it's new to 2025. It was ported over. It's called Don Diego, and it's one of my favorite maps that I played originally in 2015. And it's full of production. So now watch. This is cool. This trailer here. All you have to do is kind of just drop the trailer on there. What did I just do? I hit the wrong key. Okay, drop the trailer. Did it work? Didn't work. Okay, hang on. Hang on. Oh, I gotta be. Okay. Drop the trailer, and then there. It picks it up and puts it on the trailer and locks it down on its own, automatically. That's kind of cool. All right, we're gonna go back over here. Man, look how dirty that combine header got. Must have dirty fields. Can you believe that? They plant plants and stuff in dirt, so that when you harvest it, your equipment gets all dirty. What in the heck? That's not right, is it? All right, let's drop this. We'll drop this header over here. Now I gotta be careful. There is a train on the loose, so I don't want to get hit by the train. All right, now I need to get rid of this crop, so go get a trailer. Yeah, black diesel smoke rolling. All right, we didn't get a lot. That field's not very big, and sunflower seeds, crops like sunflower seeds and canola are very they're very compact crop, and so when you put it in a trailer, it doesn't look like you have much, and the yields are not that great on those, like soybeans. Andy, don't jump. Oh, you didn't have to jump the horse throwing mower. All right. Like a Matthew McConaughey. All right, all right, all right. Okay. Oh, jeez. Gotta be careful. This combine's set to go like 90 miles an hour, so you have to kind of be careful. It's a little squirrely if you hold the accelerator down. All right. Let's see. Let's line this up a little better. So Elsa, who's milking today? Matthew's working the corn. Hey Matthew, you up for a job? I got you cutting the corn down. AI worker Matthew and AI worker John. We haven't seen John for a little while. All right, Elsa. Take care. Thanks for stopping in. All right, is there anything else I can be doing? Let's see. Oh, yeah. We can take the sunflower seeds in. Definitely not. Too bad. Slave labor. I got you working the corn. Now, Scorpion doesn't like this silo system, so he put his own silage or his own silo system in next to this one. I decided to use this one for now because it's doing its job okay for me. But because of the way this map is, I didn't want to chance remodding something that's on the map. So if at any point doesn't suit me, then I'll put another silo in. And I did put the reader board in. So I have a reader board in here. Although I don't remember it being that high before, I might have to drop that down a little bit. So we have 189,000 liters of sunflower seeds. We'll probably make oil out of that. All right, Frank, no problems. Take care, buddy. Got Rudy a Snickers. I don't need a Snickers. I got this. It's full of sugar. This Code Red is solid sugar. Besides, I don't like Snickers. I like Milky Ways. I used to like Three Musketeers, but they're too sweet. Or Frank. Frank had to go. So today is the autumnal equinox. Is that right? So today's the first day of fall. It's also supposed to be, somebody said that they prophesied that today would be the rapture, either today or tomorrow. So if I suddenly disappear, you'll know where I went. I don't believe it, because the Bible says that only God will know when he chooses to bring on the rapture, that man will not know, only God will know. So how could somebody predict that today's going to be the rapture when the Bible says only God will know? I don't doubt. What? What am I looking at? Is it another false alarm? All right, what was I cutting down? It wasn't corn. Oh, it was a sorghum. Anyway, just to cover bases, though, if you see me disappear, I'll see you in heaven. I guess some guy in Africa, I guess, had a dream that the rapture was going to happen on September 23rd. Or what is today? Is it the 23rd or 20? I think it's the 23rd. Or the 24th, according to him. Tangled, how are you? Tangled is over on Twitch, and he's trying to sell something, I guess. Did the bot get it, Andy, or did you have to do it? Not gonna die? No, rapture, I wouldn't die. The rapture is just God taking us back to heaven before the end of the world. Not everybody's going. I need more combines, huh? All right, what else do we got to do? I don't really have anything else going because it's a brand new map. Welsh Gamer, thank you for the follow. Welsh gets a tractor for following. You know what I could do? I could go over because I want to get it done, and I didn't do it. Oh, wait. Did I have to turn on the storage thing? Let's go look at these and see what we got here. What? Who's Raptor? No, it's not. It's not a It's not an animal raptor. It's when God is getting ready to end the world, He's going to take the faithful in what they call the raptor. So half the people on Earth are just going to disappear when that happens. See, you don't die, you just gone. You're just gone. That's what the raptor is. Anyway, you're using that incorrectly. I'm going to start ignoring it. All right, hang on. This isn't it. There. All right, so holy smokes. We got a full charge already. Oh my. Okay. Both of these have a full charge already. So let's grab. Okay, first of all, no, not you, not you. Not you. I need to get my trailer, my tanker. And then I got a storage unit there that I don't know if I have to do anything with. So let's take a look if I have to do anything with this. Ba-bum bum ba-da-da-dum. Okay, so electric charge. Really? Okay. It's on story. We're going to activate it. Materials missing. Okay. Incoming, outgoing. There's nothing incoming and nothing to go out. So what I'm going to do is collect the power in this tanker from these two things. I don't know how, so we'll figure that out in a minute here. Electric charge. So we'll take that. Oh my. That's a lot of power. Wow. And we're going to put it in the storage unit. I didn't see how much does that storage unit hold. I didn't look. Okay. Now, did it take from both of those? No, it didn't. Oh, maybe it did. Maybe it took from both of those. I don't know. I'll have to look, I guess. Did it take from both of those? That one's empty. Okay, it looks... No, it didn't. It didn't. It took from one of them. How do you get the other one? Okay, so the trigger's at the front of the tanker. Okay. So I got both of them. Oh, I missed him getting his tractor. Darn it. All right, let's put this in the storage. And then what is it at? Bakery, biofactory, corn dryer, dairy, energy storage. All right, so hey, we've got 44,000 in storage for when we need it, and we'll just let it collect some more. All right, in the meantime, let's stop that. And can I fly? I believe I can fly. Okay, so let's go. He's not. The other one might be done. Let's see. Yeah, they're done. All right, I guess I'll stay here then. Is today flying by pretty fast or what? Usually it seems like I'm doing this forever, but today seems to be going pretty quickly. It was like, just seemed like a few minutes before Scorpion had to leave. And now, time's just flying. All right, let me get that truck. Where am I? I'm in the sorghum field, aren't I? All right, we'll pick up the sorghum first because I think he's done. Beautiful skies, nice and blue. Oh, hang on, Carol needs me for a sec. All right, I'll be right back. And he's fighting mood, boy. Sorry about that. Carol's not supposed to be lifting anything heavy, and she was working on something that got too heavy for her. So, and family comes first. Well, actually, family comes second. God comes first, family, and then the United States. Everybody else has to stand in line. God, family, and country. YouTube's in there someplace. Don't worry, it's there. So we got 394,000 in sorghum. Now, if you remember, I remodded. Was it the whiskey? No, it's the vodka. I remodded the vodka to take sorghum instead of barley. So we're making vodka out of sorghum and potatoes. Patrick, why are you doing that? That meme is for somebody to get a hold of me to look in the chat if there's something I'm missing. If you keep doing that, I look over there and there's nothing for me to see. I'm going to stop looking. I think no, I'm not. I still have corn to do, don't I? Is that what this is? I didn't have, oh man. I didn't have to do that. Sadie. What's Sadie doing? She cleaning her gun? I found a system on Red Dead. It's a series of two or three. I think there's 2 or 3, depending on how serious you want to get into it. There's 2 or 3 mods that you put into Red Dead, and if you can get them working correctly, you can actually play as Sadie instead of Arthur. Now, the thing you have to remember is Sadie is just an NPC. She has very few voiced parts. She doesn't say much. She doesn't have a lot of narrative. Arthur is the main character and has narrative, thousands and thousands and thousands of lines of narrative to say during the game. Sadie does not. So if you're playing as Sadie, she won't have anything to say. You'll just walk around and shoot stuff and look and not say anything because she doesn't have the lines to say anything. So she does have some. So there's one of the mods that replaces Arthur with Sadie, and then there's another mod that lets Sadie wear all the clothes in the game that are female. So Sadie got sick. Sadie didn't like me talking about her. She got sick. So it lets Sadie wear, Karen and Abigail and the other girls in the game. It lets Sadie wear other clothes of other characters so that she doesn't have to just wear the 1 or 2 set of clothes that she has in the game. And then there's a couple other mods that you have to make the whole thing work. And it's complicated and it's hard to put together. But if you can get it put together and get it installed correctly, you can actually start playing the game as Sadie, which would be kind of fun. Dang it. Keep going back to that tanker. And I haven't decided whether I'm going to try to do it or not, because it's one of my favorite games and I don't want to mess it up. And it's not like I don't like playing as Arthur. I do. But Sadie's cool. That's what they should do for a DLC for that game, is make it so you can play as Sadie legitimately without mods. All right, we're getting all corny here. So let's see, what do we got here? This is empty. But who's working the corn? Oh, Frank's gone and he's working the corn. Can you play what on easy mode? Camera's not on? But you don't need to see me. There I am. Okay. What else we got here? Barley takes a lot of time to grow. It doesn't grow very quickly. All right, so we've got this, the corn. We've already done the sorghum. We have soybeans, and the oats can be done. All right, so let's jump this. We'll jump it over to this small field and do the oats. Andy, remember the days where I never had a camera? Well, I always had a camera. I never used it. And I used to tell everybody that it'd be a cold day in hell when you see me using the camera. I didn't see any point in it. And I really don't like YouTube pages when they're playing a game or something and they've got their camera on, but their picture, like my picture here, takes up half the screen. I'm here to watch the game, not to see you sitting there. Now, a lot of people like it because they can get your reactions to things and stuff, but that's not why I decided to do it. I decided to put the camera on because I've got, anybody that's been on following me for any amount of time knows I've got 3,000 or 4,000 videos up, and most of them are not on camera. At one point, though, I decided, you know what? I'm 72 years old. I haven't got that many years left. And wouldn't it be nice if my grandkids, when I'm gone, can put on a YouTube video of me playing a game? And it might be kind of fun for them to be able to see me and be able to say, look, there's my grandpa. And that's what he used to do for a hobby. That's what made me finally decide to hook the camera up. Because I thought it was silly having a camera up before that. I didn't see any reason for it. But that was kind of before the reaction movies, the reaction videos that you see now, where people are listening to a song and they're going, reacting. It always looked phony to me. You know, some part of the video, somebody hits a low note and they go, look fake to me. When you're listening to music at home, do you do that kind of thing? I don't think so. But that's why I thought the cameras were stupid. You know, it's like, why do we want to see the guy that's playing the game? Well, I changed my mind for that reason I told you about. Oh no, I've not got my windrow on. Dang it. Oh no, I missed out on some straw. Oh man. What's Scorpion driving? What am I looking for? I'm looking for... Oh, Frank and John are working. Okay. I'm looking for my mower. There it is. Okay. Let's get the quicker picker-upper because we can actually hook it on the back of this mower. And it might save us a little time. Oh. Hang on. I need to... I'm going to sell this. And I'm going to purchase a different one. I'm just going to purchase the one I usually use. Let's see. The Lizard, I haven't used yet. I think it's pretty good. The Colossus is what I was just using, but this is the one I used to use. This one here. So I'm just going to use it. Let's put the extension on it, though. And I don't care what wheels. Doesn't matter. Working speed. We're going to go up to like 30 if we can. I think that's the fastest you can go there. Yeah, 29. Windrower we want on. Color's fine. And we're going to buy that. Okay. Now, let's go pick it up. Yeah, I used to say that all the time. How come you don't use your camera? Be a cold day in hell before you see me on this camera. But that was back in the days where everybody thought I was 30 years old, and I was, you know, in my 60s and 70s. It was a secret. It wasn't much of a secret. It's pretty easy to figure out. Rudeman 53. Well, what's the 53 stand for? Well, it's the year I was born. But nobody figured that out. And they kept saying, how old are you? I said, I don't know. How old do you think I am? About 30, maybe 35. And I said, yeah, that's about right. And I would leave it at that. I never told anybody how old I was. But everybody thought I was 30 and 35. I don't talk like an old guy. You know, back in my day, we didn't used to walk out and holding hands with the wife. I can speak the lingo of young people. And I know things, you know, like they'll say, oh, have you heard about this hip hop artist? You know, and yeah, I know who he is. And I talk about him, that kind of stuff. I don't listen to any of his music, but they didn't even know that. I still have people think that I'm not 72, though. They'll think I'm in my 50s or 40s. No, I'm 72. My wife's older than that. Ginger Red worded out. Ginger did? Where is that booger? He used to get mad at me. He had a different name last time he came in, if I remember right. Yeah, only one or two people ever really worked it out. It wasn't that hard. I actually had somebody one day when they actually found out, and they said, they said, "Oh, that makes a hell of a lot of sense now." I said, "What's that?" And he said, "That you're as old as you are," because they said we'd listened to you, and we thought, my God, he knows so much about so many things that are like from the past. Well, yeah, because I lived through it. And they said, now it makes sense how he knew so much about, old time stuff. Because I'd talk about old time stuff, Like I talked about when I was working in wheat like this, and this is what today's combines look like. Back when I was working wheat, the combine we had wasn't motorized at all. It had to be pulled by a tractor, but we pulled it with a D6 Cat, a Caterpillar. And the wheels and everything, as the thing was being pulled, the combine was being pulled, the wheels had chains on them like a bicycle. And as the wheels turned, that's what turned all the threshers and stuff. So it was motorized. It wasn't motorized. It was by motion. Everything was hooked to a chain or a belt. And there was no cab on the combine. It was an open platform, and you stood up on top of the platform, and there was a big wheel, like a wheel of a ship. And that's what he used, was these wheels to make the header go up and down. And then there were levers and stuff to turn to hook the belt in so that the threshers would start working and the blades of the windrower. Nothing had a motor on it except for the cat that was pulling the thing. Well, that's what I used to use to do the harvesting. Now, my job was to drive the cat. The guy that owned the farm was an old guy, him and his brother, and they would stand up on the combine and run the combine, and I just pulled it. Now, the DC Cat that we were pulling the combine with did not have a canopy or anything, no umbrella, nothing. You were just sitting on the thing in the 110-degree heat, blasting you with dust in the air. There was so much dust in my hair and all over my clothes. When I was done with a full day's work, I had to take 3 or 4 showers to get everything rinsed off. But that's how we used to do it. And so people would listen to me and think, what are you talking about? You're only 30 years old. No, I wasn't. A couple people figured it out. You miss Alan? I know. The last time he came in, I tried to get him back in. I was really nice to him. He used to get so mad at me. It's funny, too, at the things that Alan got mad at. He got mad because I used the word ought. Now, in Old English, I think it ought means zero, nothing. So you would say in 2005, you'd say 2/5. Ought is zero. Well, I used to use the word ought all the time, and I did it on purpose because I thought it was funny. And he got mad at me one time and finally said it. Why do you keep saying that? To irritate you, I guess. I don't know. Why does it bother you? Yeah, okay, that's probably why I do it then. But I would say things that he would get upset about, and he would stew about it. But it's pretty funny. Yeah, Field '07. That's what I used to do. I'm heading to Field '07, and he would get it bothered him. Maybe it was OCD. I don't know. It might have been, because it seems like Alan was the one that used to tell me, "Oh, you missed a spot. You missed a spot on the field. You didn't get that spot. You gotta go back and get it." And I tried to tell him. I said, if I go back and get it, it wouldn't be worth the gas to go out there to get it. It's a little patch about this big that you're going to get maybe 1 grain of weed off of. So, you know, but if you're OCD, that doesn't matter. I feel sorry for that are completely, you know, OCD, like where, where they walking down the street, they have to touch every piece of wood on the fence, or they can't step on a crack on the sidewalk. So you see them stepping over cracks and stuff. And my brother's first wife was if you went into the bathroom and you opened up the medicine chest, and you'd have toothpaste and razors and deodorant and things like that, she would put something in a particular position. So the deodorant had to go right here in this spot, and it had to be turned a certain way so you could see the front of it. And then the toothpaste was sitting here, right here, and the same thing. It would have to be turned so it's facing a certain way. Anyway, anything in that cabinet had a place. And if you went in there and brushed your teeth, and you took the toothpaste and it was turned backwards and you set it over here instead of right here, she would just come unglued and screaming, and you didn't put it back right. And it was terrible. Can you imagine having something like that bother you so much that you just blow your top? The marriage didn't last very long. I mean, that poor guy couldn't do anything without getting yelled at. He put the toothpaste in wrong, or he wore his shoes into the house, and he wasn't supposed to do that, and just one thing after another. Where's my... There it is. All right, let's get rid of the corn. Or do we still have corn? I can't remember. Oh, yeah, he's still working corn. All right. We'll leave this in here because we're going to fill it up anyway. Yeah, we didn't... Alan was gone before we got Discord, wasn't he? Because we didn't always have Discord. Discord only came out a few years ago. I don't think Alan was on Discord with us, so we don't know how he talked. What I mean by that is, like, Andy's Scottish, so, you know, he's got an accent. Right, Andy? You got an accent? Or some of the English guys. And there are different accents, you know, just like in America, where you have somebody from the South that has a Southern drawl. People tell me I sound like I'm from Canada. I don't know why. And then you got people from Boston eating baked beans. Boston beans. All right, let's see if we can do this. I don't think this works. I've tried to get the hired worker to do this, but he won't run the trailer. If I start the worker, he starts cutting the grass, but he turns the quicker picker-upper off. So if you're going to do it this way, you'd have to unhook the trailer. No, well, if you unhook the trailer... All right, hang on. Oh, yeah. Stop it. Stop it. Okay, if I unhook the trailer and see if I can hire a worker, they'll do the cutting, but they won't pick it up. Uh-oh. Blocked by an object. Oh, man. Sorry, Rob. All right, let's do this. So you can either hire a worker to do the actual harvesting and then pick it up separately. Or if you want to drive it yourself, then you can do it like I've got it hooked up right here. And not every field would let me hire a worker. Some of them wouldn't hire a worker. So I end up having to do it myself anyway. But let's see if we can get a worker to do this. I think they will. Looks like he's gonna. And who is it? Hey, Hamish. Andy, you're working today. Look at that beautiful windrow. That's a good crop of hay right there. Or grass, I guess. It's not hay. I guess you could call it hay. But it's just grass. Oh, really? He didn't live in Scotland? I don't know if I ever asked him where he actually lived. Oh, this is an electric car. I was working with Scorpion the other day on this. We were working out the logistics of the farm, and I said something about the car. This is what Scorpion said. Oh, that's an electric car. And I said, yeah, it is. And he jumped in it and he did this. He says, well, this is what we'll do with that. There, he said, and stay there. No, it's electrified the water. Yeah, I think that's funny. All right, this is done. And what was he doing? Corn. Oh, so he's harvesting cornholio. All right, so now we have to wait for the barley. That's the last one. It always is the last one. It takes so long for the barley to ripen. Don't know why. It just does. I was on Discord the other night. I don't know. It was probably, oh God, I don't know what time it was. It wasn't night. Maybe it was afternoon. I saw you were on farming, Andy, but you weren't in Discord. I was in Discord farming, and I had the camera running, so I was streaming on Discord. Nobody ever showed up. I streamed for about 4 or 5 hours, and nobody ever came in. And but I saw that you were in there farming. All right, now I gotta go get my truck. I should have filled the truck first, right? Oh well. Oh, when you were living in Scotland. Oh, he was close by where you're at in Scotland? I don't know if I ever asked you where in Scotland you were from. Were you rich and lived on the island of Skye? Not that rich people live on the island of Skye, I guess. I've tried to figure out why the Isle of Skye is so popular, but it seems to be quite the tourist place. I watched a video of a young couple. He's from Scotland, she's from England, and they live on the island of Skye, and they just got married. They've just lived there for a while. They have a little cottage there. And when they show the summertime, my God, they can't even get off the island. There's so many people. Near Glasgow. Okay. Hamish, Andy. I'm going to say this twice. I'm going to pronounce that where you're from, and tell me if the proper pronunciation is 1 or 2, because I've heard it both ways. Glasgow or Glasgow or something else. Is it Glasgow or Glasgow? Oh, you don't have to take a ferry to get there, huh? First one, Glasgow. Okay. I think I've used both of those just because nobody ever told me which one was correct. Alrighty, guys. I'm a little bit over 3 o'clock, but I was a little late getting in, so I got to watching a video. Didn't realize what time it was. I had everything ready like an hour or two before, so that I could just jump right on and go. And then I got to watching a video, and I looked up. It was like 3 minutes after 1 o'clock, and I thought, oh my God. Anyway. Thanks for stopping by. I appreciate it. I'll see you guys in the next stream. So take care of yourselves. Take care of your families. And I'll see you next time. Ta-ta for now.